Hello and welcome to episode 23 of Digitized Desperadoes. Today we're going to be talking about Seven Psychopaths, the movie I picked. It aired in 2012. There you go.
All right.
Yeah,
I like this.
this was alright.
I
Good
liked it.
movie.
It reminds me a bit of Pulp Fiction.
It's very Tarantino.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, from the opening, literally
Yeah.
the first bit of dialogue, I was
Right.
like, this sounds like Tarantino.
It's just two people talking
It's
about
so
something fucked up so
snappy, and
nonchalantly,
there's just
and then they get fucking murdered.
yeah, it's like, it's so snappy, and there's just a lot of fucks, so I'm just like, this sounds like Tarantino.
Yeah, but also I think there's another level to it where it's about, like, writing a Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has this, like, meta aspect where we're following the guy who's writing a screenplay.
Yeah.
That is basically just the events that are happening to him in real life.
Yeah.
Most of them.
The premise of the movie is the guy writing Seven Psychopaths.
While simultaneously meeting most of them.
And
I think he
living
meets all except
Seven
one.
Psychopaths.
And
He meets all of the psychopaths in his life except one of them who is completely fictional.
Well, he doesn't meet I think the one.
The
The
Vietnamese
two people that
priest.
go around killing the other psychopath or kill the other killers, he doesn't meet the wife of that.
Yeah, he doesn't meet the wife, and he doesn't meet the Vietnamese guy because he's completely fictional. But the other ones he does meet, he meets a mob boss named Charlie Costello.
Mhm.
His friend, Billy,
Who is
becomes-
secretly the Jack of Diamonds, this serial killer
Who
And
we meet at the very beginning of
yeah.
the movie.
who exists
He-
solely to provide a psychopath, essentially.
Yeah, he literally became a vigilante murderer in order to inspire his friend Marty.
This also,
Just-
because of this whole plot, it also reminds me a lot of Hotline Miami.
Yeah, there's a
Specifically,
level
too.
to it.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
with the whole part where the Jack of Diamonds, how he's killing just not for any actual reason other than for, the plot or like to help somebody else. Like he doesn't actually care about the people he's killing. It reminds me a lot of the subplot of the fans from Hotline Miami 2, where they're just killing because they want to be notified or they want to be recognized.
Yeah, but that's different. I think that's
It is different, but I think it reminds me of it. It's a
yeah.
similar theme. which I
Crime
quite
not
like.
for violence, crime not for justice, crime for something else.
Yeah, just
entirely.
something completely different.
And that's very interesting, I think, especially with Billy in this movie, who seems to be completely unaware of like morals. He doesn't really understand human
Mhm.
interaction, but he
Yeah.
still made a name for himself, and
Yeah.
he doesn't care about it.
Like, he cares in some respects. Like,
He cares because he cares because he's
of
looking for
friendship.
yeah, he really wants human interaction. He wants to be
Mhm.
friends with everyone, which is revealed in his journal.
Yeah,
I
diary
believe.
entries.
But he's very bad at it.
He's
I'll
in
try
general
killing.
terrible.
That's a cool trick.
Don't set the neighbor's flag on fire. Look out,
Oh,
the
yeah.
flag is burned.
It says, yeah,
Also stealing dogs. That's a thing.
yeah. Well,
Christopher
that's not
Walken.
something he did to make friends.
No, that
It's
was
a
just Christopher
legitimate
Walken's.
business. He's borrowing dogs.
That's something really weird about the beginning of this movie. Everything seems very mundane. You have the main character who is
Yeah.
just this down on his luck
Yeah.
scriptwriter, playwright
Mhm.
who gets kicked out of his house, which I forgot was a thing.
Yeah,
It happens very early on.
it's actually kind of funny if you didn't have the very very first scene of the two guys talking about stabbing people in the eyeball and then getting fucking murked on the streets. The rest of this movie would be pretty jarring because it starts out like you said very mundane, where they're just like, oh, we're just borrowing dogs and getting money off of it. How silly.
No, what a great scam, though. Steal dogs and then return them later for the reward money. That's really
And then they
strong.
stole the wrong fucking dog.
Oh man, all the first couple scenes with the mob boss.
Yeah.
The one where he's threatening the woman for losing the dog.
Yeah.
And,
And that also set up like a callback where his gun jams. And I remember during that scene, like, oh, I'm like, oh, they're going to call back to this. And then I completely forgot about it. But
yeah. So a lot of the movie is about Marty's struggle to continue the movie, and everyone around him's attempts to shape it.
It's kind of funny because the actual psychopaths he does meet are the people that seem to be the most helpful in him writing the plot.
Yeah, because one of the major ones is Christopher Walken's character Hans,
my favorite character in this whole thing.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, it shows Christopher Walken really, really can act.
But his character is this super strange weirdo who we meet, and we're just like, this guy's kind of shady.
He's kind of quirky. He probably has some dark secrets, but whatever.
But then they get to the scene where the mob boss interrogates his wife in the hospital, which is an amazing scene. Very depressing.
Whole sequence, yeah.
But then after that, it's revealed that he is one of the psychopaths who we thought was just fictional.
Yeah, what was it?
Yeah.
He was the writer was telling the story of this Quaker guy that
actually it's hilarious. The way it worked is that Billy told Marty the story as fiction.
Yes.
He said, I heard this story from someone, and then Marty hears it and decides to put it in a script. He's like, okay, that's an awesome idea for a psychopath.
But
and
that's
then
actually just Hans's life.
Later on, he tells the story to...
Yeah. He's like, I'm writing a thing about psychopaths. Here's this one, Hans. You might like this. And he's like, interesting. Tell me more in detail about this Quaker guy who originally, he was told the story, he was a Buddhist, right?
Yeah, he went Buddhist, then Amish, then Quaker.
Yeah.
The process of elimination.
Yeah.
And then it's just, that was real.
Then you have the next set, the serial killers.
I loved their little story.
Yeah.
They give this really absurd, like, mini story of them just going around murdering famous serial killers.
Yeah, they kill like the Zodiac killer. They kill a bunch of people.
They do. It's good.
But it ends on the Zodiac killer, who they fucking douse with gasoline.
They do.
While they stab his hands to the table.
With knives to the table, and he's just stuck.
It's brutal.
Zach just kind of lives in the house with the bunnies and the charred corpse of the Zodiac killer.
And he specifically tells Marty to put in a little thing in the film calling out his wife, his lover. I don't know if they're married, and that leads to the ending.
We'll get another thing I really like about this movie is the whole scene where he's like, I don't want to shoot out. I want to just have the film just continue, like, about the second half, just them talking in the desert for a while. Yeah. And they fucking do, except they kind of also have a shootout. It's a kind of a mix.
Yeah, Billy hijacks the movie when he sets the car on fire and says, I called him up, we're going to have a shootout.
There's also a scene where Billy hijacks the movie earlier when he's telling what he'd do for a shootout, and they just actually show it.
Yeah.
Where he's like, all the psychopaths show up, and then, he has a gun, and then, but the Jack of Diamonds is on the ground, and he's got a gun up his sleeve, and then, he's still not dead. He shoots him in the head with a shotgun.
And then he's like, did we do
it? Yeah, throughout that part of the movie, which really is, the last act, as they're talking about, you get three different visions of where the movie will go, and when they're talking about it, they're both talking about Marty's screenplay and the movie you're watching.
Yeah, the movie. Yeah,
yes.
Marty wants a very indie movie, they just talk out their feelings and figure things out about their lives. Billy wants this really juvenile shootout, which he explains, and you think, they showed his vision of the shootout,
Therefore,
now we
we're
know
gonna
it's
get
not going to happen.
yeah. Now we get the
We
thing.
know, and
And the movie just completely subverts your expectations by kind of doing a little bit of both.
yeah, we get these kind of emotional scenes with them. I believe Hans trips out on peyote
Or
Yes.
something,
and,
yeah.
and sees his wife.
Yes, and Jack of Diamonds secretly told him, basically, like, religion isn't real or something like that, which really screws him up.
He claims that, but
Yeah.
but I think it was a lie.
Yeah, or something.
They get into this little squabble between them where Hans is like questioning his religion, Marty is questioning his writing, and Billy is just trying to make friends in the worst possible way.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's you get a good mix of what all the characters want. You get some really silly action, some really violent action, and you also get some good conversations where they talk about creation, they talk about art, and a lot of really deep topics. I think it's a great mix of them.
There's also right after that, right when the the shootout starts. I actually didn't realize this. I had seen a scene from this. The whole part where Christopher Walken gets back to the town.
Oh yeah,
And they have him at gunpoint.
Yes.
And he's like, "Put your hands in the air," and he's like, "No."
No.
No.
And he's like, "No, I don't want to."
I have a gun.
He's like, "I have a gun."
No.
Yeah. Guess you're gonna have to shoot me.
And he does.
Well, he does. Well, he wasn't going to at first, but he was reaching into his pocket for something that he thought was going to be a gun.
Yeah, that's another interesting thing. Both Billy and Hans eventually give up their lives for the sake of the screenplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is with Hans, it's very depressing.
Yeah,
happily.
Hans, I really loved his character, but I kind of knew it was never going to work out.
Yeah, especially with
they both die happily because Hans is like, "Oh, it's not all gray," so referring to like heaven. And then Billy gets to shake the dog's hand finally before he dies, and he's literally smiling as he dies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Billy gets to have his shootout. He exchanges some rounds. He exchanges fire with the mob boss, whose dog he stole. I don't know if we even mentioned that. He stole the mob boss's dog. That's what sets the whole plot in motion, essentially. Okay. So yeah, there's a whole shootout over a mob boss's dog.
There's a whole fake shootout and a real shootout.
Yes.
And the real shootout, well, the beginning of it, where Billy is like, Billy calls the mob boss and he's like, "Come by yourself, come unarmed, I'll give you the dog." And then he does.
Yeah, but they double subvert your expectations on it because he does come on unarmed, but he has a flare gun, which
To call for backup
like immediately, so that they could just have backup kill him.
Right. But also, if Billy had just shot him in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But Billy is dumb.
Just done it.
This is established. Billy is dumb.
Yes. This kills the Billy. Yeah, overall, this movie I think is very fun. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, since I've seen the two other movies by this director, I love this director. He's fantastic. The movie he did before this is In Bruges, which is, I'd say, a little bit, I don't want to say edgier. It's a little bit more brutal. It's more of a tragedy.
It's not as comedic.
Well, no, it's very funny, but it's not lighthearted at all.
Okay.
It's very
comedy.
Yeah, there's a lot of ridiculous screamed phrase. Like, people get really angry in that movie, and it's really funny. But that movie's also, the ending is insanely tragic.
Oh, okay.
And then you have Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which was 2 years ago now.
I remember when that came out. Everybody was talking about it.
Got big Oscar buzz.
That movie, I think, deserved Best Picture. Sorry.
I don't know what it was up against, so.
Shape of Water.
Oh, that makes sense then.
I think I've seen most of the movies from that year, and I think Three Billboards is the best. It's a It's a lot more serious than all of these.
That's
That's what I
gauged
heard.
from, like,
I don't think I
stuff
heard
I've
anything
seen.
about it being a comedy, so it probably isn't.
Yeah, I mean, both In Bruges and Seven Psychopaths suffered a lot from bad marketing. The trailers and oh my god, you should see the posters. They look like terrible like rom-coms.
Yeah,
or
like the one
something.
on the Wikipedia page, it's like it has Seven Psychopaths spelled out on the Hollywood sign, and
I'm on
they're all just
I'm
standing
on
around each other,
the
like
IMDb
doing goofy
page,
poses.
and it's just as
Like,
terrible.
"Ugh."
It's just them standing in front of like a green poster and a list of each of the actors 1 through 7, and it's like, yeah, that portrays the movie.
Well, I mean, how do you portray this movie? You know,
Not like
Yeah,
that.
you really can't.
I mean, you would need like a minimalist poster where
I
you
would
have
say
like
you
maybe
get something that makes it look like an exploitation film or something to make it similar to Pulp Fiction. That's all I can think of.
actually, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
I think something to do with a dog. would
Oh
be
yeah,
good.
maybe like a dog
or
collar
maybe-
and like some blood or something like that.
or maybe something to show like the different what do you call it signatures of each of the psychopaths. Like have a
Yeah.
Jack of Diamonds, have the neck cut of the Quaker.
Like a Zodiac killer thing. I don't know what you do with that.
The
yeah,
rabbit.
what you do with the serial killers. Yeah, rabbit. That'd be good. Um, yeah, bad marketing. I don't think this movie. I don't think the movie did terribly well. It did well.
Budget 13.5 to 15 million. Box office 33 million.
They made a
That's
profit.
not
Like,
too
it's
much
made your
better.
money back, but that's like only not
Yeah.
even 20 million.
It definitely could have done better. I'm pretty sure both In Bruges and Three Billboards did amazing, but I'm not. In Bruges is generally considered a cult classic, which is fantastic. Like, go watch it. It's on Netflix. It's so good.
Yeah, you've suggested it before.
I bought the copy and I do not regret it. It's a great movie. This one was good. I don't think this movie wasn't perfect.
I can't think of
but
too much I hate about it. I actually really, really liked this when I saw it.
It's great. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it because like. I mean, I've already talked about this, but you get a lot of emotion in it that you don't expect from all the goofiness.
Yeah,
Like,
with all the like, goofiness and the meta commentary.
Like
it's all goofiness stuff that like where it's like nobody would do this in real life, but at the same time it totally could happen in real life. There's
Yeah,
nothing
like,
like
you get the
too
dog-
wacky. And
you
they
get the
present
dog
it in a
thief
way.
thing.
Yeah. And they present
The dog
it in a
thief-
way that makes sense. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. The dog thief thing could totally happen.
Yeah.
There's a good
Like,
chance
with
it probably is a thing.
It's just so like, you get to the house and they have these like tens of cages for all these stolen ants.
Yeah.
And you even get this really ridiculous scene where Christopher Walken returns the dog and gets like what $1,000 or something.
Yeah.
He gets like $500.
It's just way
For
too
a dog.
much. But also he's stealing from a rich neighborhood, so.
Mhm.
But then to contrast, you get the tape that Hans recorded at the end for Marty.
Yeah, his
that
idea, his
explains-
pitch to fix the Vietnamese psychopath plot.
Yeah, which oh my god, that whole sequence.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
There's nothing I can even say. Like
Yeah.
if you watch the movie,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yes. He takes this wacky concept and actually gives it some level of meaning.
Yeah, Marty comes up with this ridiculous little vignette of a Vietnamese.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's
remember
an
the
ex-Vietnamese
specific-
Viet Cong soldier who travels to America after the Vietnam War is over to take revenge on America for the Vietnam War. But
And that's pretty much the extent of what Marty
Yeah.
wants for it.
yeah,
then
but he's like,
Hans-
I can't think of any good way to end this. He's just gonna like kill himself with a bomb or something like that. And Hans comes up with this whole brilliant idea to fix his problem.
And that's pretty much how they end the movie.
Yeah.
There's the only the thing at the end where it plays
Like it's sort of the post-credit scene.
it plays the credits of the Seven Psychopaths that Marty made.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
And
I just thought it
then
was okay.
because they show
Yeah.
that he didn't put in a message for
He
I believe it was
promised. He
Zachariah's
promised
wife.
the Zodiac or the serial killers that
Yeah,
he would.
Zachariah, that he'd put like a message at the end of, "Hey, here's my number and stuff. Wife, find me."
Yeah.
And then he forgot it.
He completely
Marty
forgot
about it.
I completely forgot.
Yeah, me too. And then Zachariah calls him.
He's like, "You didn't do it."
On a payphone, actually.
Yeah.
I think just maximum cheese.
Yeah.
But he's just like, "You didn't do it. Your time has come." And Marty's just like, "Okay, I'm ready to die." And
he's like,
"I'm not doing anything on Tuesday."
Yeah, he's like, "I'm coming Tuesday." He's like, "Yeah, I'm not doing anything Tuesday." He's like, "Your voice sounds different. You've been through some shit. I'll call later." It's so good.
And then Marty just walks away.
I mean, it's both extremely, like, it encapsulates the movie perfectly.
Yeah.
It's both extremely silly and cheesy, but also like, holy crap, Marty's done.
Been through some fucking shit.
Like, all his friends died.
His friends are fucking gone. Yeah.
Like, he just has the dog. That's all he has. Mm-hmm.
So it's the kind of movie that can both make you laugh out loud and cry.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is this director's brilliant. Yeah, it's so good.
Another thing I want to give this movie credit for, there's a lot of just bloodshed, grittiness, darkness, but it never feels purposefully like edgy or anything like that. It all feels correct, you know? It doesn't feel like it's trying to be over the top. It doesn't feel like it's trying to be, stupid or, something like that. But it just feels like it knows its audience and it's respecting their audience.
Yeah, we're not looking at something like I'm thinking like Sin City, where it's like super. It's supposed to be corny, like it's a little bit too much. But with this, it's like you think it's going to be too much, but it's just the right amount.
Yeah.
And it's a very hard line to hit because this movie really easily could have just come across as, edgy, like, oh, we're trying so hard, look how dark it is, and we're laughing at, shit like that. And it's not. It really is genuine.
Yeah.
Mitch, do you have any extra thoughts?
No, nothing too much. Just I enjoyed it and really nice balance of the seriousness and the comedy. Characters were pretty fun.
Are there any characters we left out? There's so many.
We didn't have the person that they make you think is the Jack of Diamonds.
Mob boss.
The mob boss?
We mentioned the mob boss.
He's a good character. He's a very typical over the top, like, he stole my dog. No, he actually loves his dog.
Yes.
I guess that's he's like
John Wick.
I think he's actually willing to spare Billy and Marty if they just give him his dog.
There is a chance, honestly, yeah.
But he's also very conniving, like the scene at the end where Billy shoots him like in the arm, and then he plays it up like he's dying. Which, I mean, I believed him.
I did too. I thought he shot him in the back.
Just gonna die.
I guess there's also. Oh yeah, Marty is an alcoholic. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big time alcoholic.
And Billy gives him crap about it because, you're a writer and you're Irish. You're doomed from the start.
Billy's a jerk in the beginning.
He really is. No wonder he can't make friends.
What else? Gandhi was wrong.
Yes.
Oh yeah. An eye for an eye makes the whole world go blind. No, it doesn't, because the last guy would still have his eye.
One eye. One guy.
Yeah.
There's one guy who still has his eyeball.
Yeah.
So
nobody else. Nobody would be able to. Yeah. Nobody would be able to find the last guy because everybody else would be blind.
Genius.
Excellent strategy. Yeah.
The only character I think we left out was the mob boss's girlfriend.
The one that gets shot in the fucking stomach.
Yes.
Yeah.
The big reveal that it was Billy all along. He's the seventh psychopath and also the first one.
Which means there's actually 6 psychopaths.
It's just 6.
It's misleading. Actually, does Do the serial killers count as 1 or 2?
I think they count as 2.
Do they? So we have...
Yeah, they are counted as 2. I think they are listed together.
Okay, because you have Jack of Diamonds, you have...
Yeah, Marty writes them down in the book as separate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I read my notes too.
But yeah, that's all I have to say for this.
Also, fuck the cops. Fuck them. Hans just, like, Marty says, we should get the cops on this, and Marty immediately says, or no, Hans just immediately says, no, fuck the cops. And it's just immediately decided that, yeah, we don't need the cops.
That scene was great because that's such a trope. Like, the serious character, no, like the nice character being like, oh, we should go to the police with this, and then the other characters being like,
no, the cops can't help us.
In most experiences I've seen, it's like, no, this is beyond law enforcement. But with them, it's just like, F the cops.
Fuck the cops.
They don't even explain it.
Yeah.
The
movie knows that they don't need to explain it.
Yeah, it's so good. I mean, it also works thematically because both of the people who respond to that are murderers.
Yeah.
Yes. But in the end, the cops do save the day because the
cops actually save Marty.
It's almost a Monty Python ending.
Yeah,
it's a cop-out
ending.
It took me way too long to get that pun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking.
You end a skit with the police just arresting everybody because it's a cop-out.
I actually really don't like the ending to the Holy Grail.
No, it's great because I think it was like
it's a callback to their show. I'm pretty sure.
They also actually ran out of budget.
Yeah, they ran out of budget, so you just have the cops arrest everybody. It makes it much easier.
Yeah, I recently watched Life of Brian. That has a better ending.
Oh yeah, no, Life of Brian.
That is an insane ending.
It's a great ending.
Yes.
I mean, it's delightful.
But we are off topic. I think we're done. I think
we are done.
Not much left to say.
I don't want to go on too long.
Yeah, this was a great movie. I think it's still under his other 2 movies because the other 2 movies are just so good. But I'm gonna give it an 8 or an 8.5.
I would give this personally an 8.5 or even a 9. I think I would go 8.5.
Yeah, with me it's hard because I'd say 3 Billboards is a solid 9.5. It's one of my favorite movies.
I don't have anything else by this director to
put
it up against.
Like a measuring stick or a judgment point.
Yeah, you guys don't have reference points.
But I would put this on par, honestly, with... I enjoyed this as much as I liked Pulp Fiction.
Really?
I really liked this movie.
High praise.
Yeah. It threw me for a loop, and it entertained me the whole way through.
All right, and for me, I'll give it 7.5.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Glad you all enjoyed it. Glad I picked another good one.
Thanks for picking it. I don't think I would have ever heard of it unless...
Mr.
Now you guys can watch
quality over here, always picking good stuff.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll lose that reputation very soon.
Oh God, we're gonna have up your sleeve.
I really do recommend you guys check out at least In Bruges.
Yeah, no, it's on Netflix. I think I actually added it to my list a while ago because you recommended it, and I just haven't gotten around to it.
Great movie. Okay. Showdown?
Yeah. All right. It is my pick for the movie, and I want to try James Bond again.
Oh, come on.
Do a better James Bond.
It's been very soon.
Yeah, because I want to immediately watch a new one or a better one. So I want to watch Goldfinger.
Okay.
I know nothing about it.
It's a classic one. It has Oddjob, the guy with the hat, and
I think I actually saw like the ending of Goldfinger not that long ago on TV.
Well, yeah.
Just so you know,
well, then you'll just have to live with that.
I know Goldfinger.
I have a weird memory of this. Last time I saw this, I was watching a James Bond marathon. This is a little bit off topic. There was a James Bond marathon on TV. I fell asleep during Casino Royale, and they were doing the movies out of order. So the next one was Goldfinger. I fell asleep at the beginning of Casino Royale, and I woke up at the very end of Goldfinger. It was bizarre. I like closed my eyes. It was one of those kinds of things where you just close your eyes and you open them again, you know?
Yeah.
And you're like, suddenly I'm watching a whole different movie, and it's the end.
Like you're watching a Star Wars marathon, and it's like, okay, I'm in the middle of like episode 2, and then you wake up and it's the end of like.
It's like the Death
Force
Star's
Awakens.
exploding for the second
Yeah,
time.
you're like, oh shit.
But yeah, that's my pick. I hope you guys like it.
Okay.
We'll see.
We'll get there.
All right. Goodbye.
See ya in part 2.
Goodbye.
Bye.